Fact. Yes, but you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and SamAnt. Everybody, I'm listening to this. Go ahead and hit the like button and make sure you share this video. SamAnt has some Kanye West album information over there, so I'll return the microphone over to Sam.
Yeah, man. Well, Kanye West had his album that dropped. You know what I mean? He had a album release party out in Wyoming. Real controversial album coming up. You know what I mean? We all heard the Kanye West rants and things like that via TMZ, and we all know the Kanye West situation the last couple of months. Definitely a character and figure within the social culture and pop culture, just media in general. So we sat down with Big Boy, another legendary MC and interview, just radio personality in the game. Bit where he started talking about the album and the whole Trump situation, the slavery. He talked about all of it, man. Let's hear Kanye, and then we'll get to our 1-2, the Uncensored Truth podcast. Hit that like button right now.
Yes,
let's go.
Your music, do you ever say, like, because I'm listening to one and you start off and you say, you know, you don't have the answers, sway. And then I think the next line was slavery was a choice. Was it yeah? What I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah. It said how yeah. That's what they
how
did.
yeah.
That's they paraphrased me in the first place.
Yeah.
So
like how yeah. So why did you make sure that you did address that when the world was talking about TMZ Live, slavery was a choice? Why did you pull back and address that yourself?
I completely redid the album after TMZ. Mm-hmm. You know, and you know, we just sat there and like really honed in on the words, because also we know now it's like it's all headline and stuff, like every bar can be used. You know, it's even bars that we had about that. I took a bar off the album.
Why?
It was just too sensitive. It was about that topic and stuff, and I just like, yo, I'm gonna just chill right now. Let's just keep making some music. You know, I feel like as a son and as a family member of the world, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why the world won't let me go, because I'm just a family member. They might disagree with me on certain shit, but I'm their family. I've been here for 15 years, 18 years, and, you know, I feel like the best thing I could do is sit there and go in that studio and keep chopping that thing that only I know how to do, and only me and my crew know how to do.
Do you feel like music is a real outlet for you, Kanye? Like if you couldn't press record, it's not about us hearing it, it's about actually making it.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I'm so blessed and so privileged, because think about people that have mental issues that are not Kanye West, that can't go and make that and make it feel like it's all good. Think about somebody that does exactly what I did at TMZ, and they just do that at work, right? But then Tuesday morning they come in, they lost their job.
Yeah, bro.
And they can't go back and make that. You know, that's why God put that on me at age 40. I never been diagnosed till I was like 39 years old and stuff. So put that on me as...
What do you mean by diagnosed?
Diagnosed with a mental condition. Yeah.
And I think, does everyone have something?
I think everybody got something. I think everybody got something. But like I said, on the album I said it's not a disability, it's a superpower.
Right. And I noticed you said breakthrough sometimes as well, man.
Yeah.
And even with TMZ, whatever's going on, recording the album, do you feel like everything is kind of a blessing in disguise, because what came out of it is what we get a chance to hear on Ye?
Oh yeah, no good, no bad, it just is. It's a beautiful time to be alive. We've been here before, and we're gonna be here again. I'm gonna see you again.
I hope so, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you this next life too.
All righty. You probably told me before because you sound familiar.
Yeah. Interesting, man. Real inspiring, man, listening to that. You know, I couldn't agree with Kanye's, you know, perception more on the way, you know, his outlook appears in that particular interview right there, man. Almost kind of like seeing like when he said he was diagnosed with a mental illness, I think at age 39 or so. He kind of just turned it around and say, okay, whatever what y'all saying, but I'm turning it. This is a gift. I'm gonna use it as a gift. Or, you know, and a couple other examples that he gives. All about how you look at things, what your perception is on things in life. If you have a positive perception, you know, you'll have positive, you know, outcomes. You know, negative perception, you're most likely to have negative, you know, outcomes with things. So, you know, not to say that sometimes things go other ways, but it's just like, I know that if you can, even when you take an L and a loss, look for the positive in it and learn from it, man, you know, you're gonna win. So that's dope right there. And I'm happy to see Kanye's growth, even though he said a lot of controversial things. If you if we sat here and talked for an hour and a half, we will be saying some controversial things to some people out there. That's just what it is. The more people talk. So, salute Kanye. That's all I can say, man. Salute him, and great album. Definitely.
I'm gonna come from a different perspective. I'm gonna come from a different angle, because it's clear to me that this dude had some kind of mental overload. Like, it was a period in his life where he was so enamored with information that he got too much and his brain just went fucking off. He alluded to it in his album talking about DMT. And we all know, if you don't know the drug DMT, go and do your information. This is one of them drugs that'll take your mind somewhere different, i.e. like an acid or something like that. These kind of psychedelic drugs will, put you in a space, in a situation where it could take you and give you too much information. And we see a lot of people out there, winos in the street, that got too much information and couldn't recover. We have a Kanye West where he used that overload of information mixed with genius and was able to make magic out of it. But it just goes to show you in a lot of the craziness, or we think craziness, that we hear, but we're not perceiving it and hearing it in a way that he's hearing it. He's seeing things from a whole entirely different, broad perspective of Earth. Like, his Earth is not ours. So you got to really understand this dude and kind of tap into his weird. Like, his first song, I joked about it, but I'm like, damn, this is like an OJ confession. It was like, I want to kill you. And sometimes I kill myself, and I love myself. So why would I not want to kill you? And killing is all a form of love. Like, listen to this shit. It's wild. But then, you jump into song 7 and he's going into his daughter and talking about just being a man and having a daughter and just being a man in flesh and just doing what men fucking do, but then having a baby and having the worries of everything the men are going to do back to her. It's a dope body of work, 7-song body of work. We talked about it in the last podcast, but it was real fresh. It was Friday. So it just came out. We really didn't give you a broad perspective on what we heard. 7-song album. I know he talked about that with Big Boy in the significance between the number 7 and the album's 35 songs he has coming out throughout the summer, and him alluding to him really not knowing too much about it. I don't believe that. But I mean, that just might have been Kanye in another realm. You know what I mean? Who knows? But just talking about the slavery comment, let's just talk about that for a little bit, because I don't want to harp on the genius we heard on that bit. But he also said something about he had a bar that he took out of his album that was alluding to that comment that would have dove into it even further. We all know he's real big on free speech and free mind. He had some deeper said he was going to go into that further, but he didn't want to really piss anybody off. He understood the power and significance of that situation. But we talked about it and we kind of understood where he was coming from. We got a lot of naysayers, a lot of backlash from it. But what do you think about him taking away and just talking about that a little bit?
Well, first of all, I would like to know what it was. Obviously we probably will never find that out. But sometimes, I think it might have been a good thing at this point, seeing the backlash that he got from the original statement, because I think a lot of people took it out of context, and that's just what it is anyway, man. What you were speaking about, everybody has different worldviews and thinks different about different situations. So and truth is like always changing. It's never like a constant truth. So I think that people like Kanye, and other artists like that they're like our modern day Picasso's poets, leaders. I saw somebody put in the comment section of a video that Meek, they said, yo, you got to take heed because Meek Mill is like our Malcolm X or et cetera of this day, of this time, and to certain things that he says, we can make comparisons, certain things we can. I'm sure Meek Mill wouldn't even compare, himself, but what we're talking about is the influence that they're having on people. So I always like about it in the pre-production, show progression, to some more positive things, as opposed to, it's like the speech off Baby Boy, the guns and the butter, you know what I mean? So progression is good. And I think Kanye, was showing a lot of that.
Yeah, man, you made a great reference when you talked about Kanye in regards to, what did you say? The body, you said, okay, you alluded to him in the modern day Picasso, because that's exactly the kind of inference I gained from him, because you don't often understand those paintings. When we were younger and we seen the Picasso, we seen the philosophers and Plato and Da Vinci and people like that, you didn't understand that shit. Right. You know what I mean? When we seen the Mona Lisa, we didn't understand the beauty and the power in that the motherfucker can look at it. We didn't understand that. When we heard a Beethoven or a Bach or heard some of these influential people, we heard jazz music, the Dizzy Gillespie's and people like that, and we just understood the power in the harmonic frequency that they were delivering. We didn't understand their genius at the time. And I think a lot of people were kind of diving Kanye into that when you hear the controversial things he's saying and you hear the little bit of weirdness in his music, not often understood. Kanye may not be really understood and appreciated for a long time, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are geniuses. You don't really see their greatness until later on. It's like a fine painting. You buy it early on, you watch it appreciate with value. Maybe we're looking at one of those modern day artists, no matter what kind of flack he's getting, man. Shout out to Kanye, Kanye West. And, you know, I want to say one thing about him, because you see a lot of naysayers out there that saying Kanye's a racist. Kanye doesn't care about black people. And I mean racist, I mean reverse racist, against his self-hate against black people. And I disagree with that, man. And I might come under a law slap, but I disagree with that. I don't think Kanye's in a situation where he doesn't care about his people. I think he's in a situation where he's honestly trying to free his people, and he may be doing it on platforms or doing it in ways. Yeah, the Trump shit may have pissed some people off, but you got to understand he doesn't look at Trump and talking the racist rhetoric or anything like that, because his mind doesn't see things like that. We don't understand that, but he does understand the dollar, the business, what gains after that. Yeah, we could talk about it and kind of give him criticism insofar as chasing the designers and things like that, because he does come under some criticism right here on this platform as well when it talks about him chasing like the Adidas and getting mad at Nike and little things like that, when you could have went and built your own early on, because you see the power that you have, Kanye. You didn't need any of them. You could have made Yeezys on your own brand, kind of like a ZO2, sold that motherfucker for $1,200 and people would have bought it. So I think a lot of the slack that he got early on, that was justified. But does he not like black people? Does he not care about the culture and the people? I disagree, man. I don't know.
Right, I just want to give a shout out to Kanye. He put a tweet out earlier. He said, "I feel so blessed for everyone who didn't turn their back on me. I'm in tears right now. I love all of you right now, because right now, top seven of his songs, are on top of the Apple and Spotify playlist right now. You know, so they're the top 7, on Apple and Spotify right now, his album. So, you know, it's doing some good numbers right now. You know what I mean? So that's dope right there. But yeah, man, you listen to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother Old God and Sam. And I know you had a story over there about 50 Cent and Little Uzi.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 50
man, it's been a beautiful, you know, program. Just glad to be back into the rhythm, man. We definitely going to be at y'all, you know, every day real soon, within the next couple of weeks, man. We're going to really set the page up and get this thing going. I want to salute everybody out there. I want to also salute my man Darren Marion, Vertel SEO. Peace to you. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, you had a positive experience out in Philly, man. I want you to let the people know about that real quick, man.
Oh man, it was an incredible event. We went out there and had a showcase for my brother Corey Wims. He received the Tri-State Award for greatest soul singer in the Tri-State area. Definitely an awesome event. I went out there with my brothers 120. I'm in an R&B group. For you who don't know, we got music coming for you real soon. Y'all stay tuned to that, man. We're building a real incredible brand over here. But just to talk about the build that we had going on, man, we were over on Hunting Ave in Philadelphia. For those of you who know the Philadelphia area well, ain't a real, you know what I mean, good area. But the brother over there that has ownership, he's building an incredible brand over there where we and our culture can go and have a great time, a safe time, and just really build. So we went in there and we just had an awesome time. Shout out to Corey Williams. Shout out to Jay Reezy, an incredible songwriter who showed love to the podcast, went and just stopped me personally to say he watches the podcast, is subscribed to Hip Hop News Uncensored, man. We just thank you so much for that support in this area, because we out here doing this on some humble shit, man. We're self-made, self-owned. We out here just building a brand and going to take over on our own. So when we receive love like that, man, it's definitely love. It's going to be reciprocated. But we'll be out there, in Philadelphia to show them love and do an interview with them soon and build. Shout out to Marlon from Double XL Magazine, who also had the pleasure of speaking to last night. So, man, we had a real awesome build. Shout out to the DJ who was out there. I'm not going to put out his information because he said no cameras on when he went out there and talked to. Shout out to you. We will be in contact with you as well, but he's in a real major situation. So, yeah, Uncensored Truth, man, we building, man. We're going to slowly just bust y'all over the heads with the best content that y'all got.
Yes, sir.
And we winning, man. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. All right, man. We out of here, man. Peace. Have a good one.